My name's Michael, and this is an explanation of why I've just done a temporary supply for my electric needs. This is not an informative video. This is not an instructive video. This is just me explaining what I've done. So we've got the old fuse board here, the consumer unit, made up of individual circuit breakers, as you can see, mainly 16 amp, which would be for the sockets, and 10 amp for the lighting, which seems a bit higher because normally lighting's 5 or 6 amps anyway. It's also got another more multi-breaker 30 amp there. And when you pull out, it's an old style fuse board. When you pull out the fuse, it's literally got a little fuse in there, whereas the modern ones are just trip circuits. So the thing will just trip, and then you just re-flick it to get it going again. Anyway, that's a sort of brief explanation what that is. So what I did was I disconnected, took all the cables out of this, because I didn't really, all I needed was one small run of cable to pick up so I could put on an extension lead, which is what I've done here. So you've got the linker unit there, you've got your main switch in. I've put two tails on it. The blue one is neutral, the red one is live. That goes up into this all consume unit. The only unit that's now working is the second one along. So it's a 16 amp Legrand circuit breaker on a fuse. Nothing else to the here is connected to anything else. So, and that then runs down, as you can see the cable, it runs directly into my extension box there, which is again, is also 16 amp. Turn it off, turn it on, it lights up, and that will just, I haven't, don't need a great deal of electricity there, just need to recharge things like my drill. I will be using a small ripping saw to rip down some of the buttons and stuff, but other than that, I don't need vast amounts of power at the moment. And obviously, once the house is done, it will be properly rewired and a new consumer unit fitted. Anyway, thanks for watching.